Have you ever done your best, stayed respectful, yet somehow it still wasn't enough? Maybe you faced whispers behind your back. The snide remarks kept coming. The false stories, the sarcasm, the cold shoulders, or unfair blame. You tried to explain yourself, but the more you did, the worse it seemed to get. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. But here's the truth. The real power isn't in fighting back. It's in how you keep your peace and stand tall without losing yourself. I'm Hassan, and this is Mindra, your space for understanding, healing, and growing stronger. Today, I'm going to share with you how to handle criticism, slander, and hate and come out stronger on the other side. At first, you need to understand the subjective impact of criticism. Criticism and slander are unpleasant, no question about it. But did you know your emotional reaction to them is completely subjective? Think about it. When a teacher gives harsh feedback, some students shrug it off, while others feel crushed. Why? Because how we interpret criticism shapes how we feel. So, what if we could change how we respond and protect our inner peace? That's what we are exploring today. In any situation involving hate or criticism, there are always two players. You receiving the criticism and the critic or hater delivering it. Let's start by looking at you. Do you feel hurt by criticism or slander? That might be because you haven't checked in with your gold standard, your personal benchmark for integrity and values. Most of us have one, even if we don't use it consciously. But when you ask yourself, did I act according to my values? The answer gives clarity. If you fell short, you can accept the criticism without shame. If you stayed true, you can let go of the sting and feel at peace, even thankful. Without this inner standard, you start relying on others' opinions, which are often unfair and inconsistent. That dependency breeds stress and insecurity. Your peace fades, not because of what they say, but because you gave it power. And if your standard is grounded in God consciousness, your worth no longer hinges on public opinion. You answer to something higher. And if the world misunderstands you, you can stay calm and confident because God knows the truth. And if you are right in His eyes, you are free. That quiet confidence, rooted in faith, brings peace no hate can touch. Without a personal compass, we start looking to others to tell us who we are, and we believe their verdicts, even when they're wrong. It's natural to want to be liked and respected. Who doesn't? But when that desire turns into a dependency on approval of others and a fear of their rejection, criticism cuts much deeper than it should and gradually damage your self-worth. Depending too much on others' validation can also turn you into a people pleaser. With a strong gold standard, you already know the truth about yourself, so outside judgments don't shake you. Let's talk about ego. Simply put, it's the unhealthy belief in your own importance over others. But how do you know when your ego is getting in the way? One way to spot it is through a simple truth. Arrogance is when someone disregards the truth and looks down on others. So, if you find it hard to accept something, even when it's clearly true, pause for a moment. That resistance, that's often your ego at work. Ego blocks you from accepting valid criticism and growing. So, how do we fight the ego and the craving for approval and praise? The answer is having a personal gold standard grounded in humility and gratitude. As for ego, see yourself as small, not because you're weak, but because you are grounded in truth. Ask yourself, were your inborn talents earned or gifted? Were your opportunities and support system created by you or granted? Your intellect, your health, your success. How much was really up to you? Being grateful keeps you humble and opens your heart to learn from criticism without shame or anger. Your personal gold standard, on the other hand, will protect you from constantly seeking approval. It keeps you grounded in your values. This mindset lets you take control of your emotional response and stay calm, clear, and confident. So, what kind of person will you be? There is an old story. Children were throwing stones at a tree to knock down its fruit. One stone missed and hit a saint sitting nearby. Angered, he cursed the children. But one child looked up and asked, "The tree gives fruit when hit, but the saint gives a curse." That moment speaks volumes. Ask yourself, when life throws stones at you, will you respond like the tree or like the saint? Now let's have a look at the other party, your critics. Why do people criticize or spread hate? Sometimes it's because they genuinely want to help you grow. But more than often, their words stem from their own insecurities. Maybe your strengths expose their weakness to them. Maybe they envy you or fear you. Or maybe they simply don't like you. Whatever the reason, their criticism says more about them than it does about you. So let it stay their burden, not yours. How to handle criticism, slander, and hate. Here is a simple approach you can follow. First, absorb the initial discomfort. Yes, criticism stings. It's natural to feel hurt or angry, but take a breath and let the first wave pass. Think a bit humorously that the guy is exercising his God gifted free will to think or tell whatever pleases him. Let him. As the saying goes, the dogs bark, but the caravan moves on. Next, be your own judge. Put yourself on trial, honestly and fairly. Ask, is there any truth in this criticism? If yes, humble yourself, learn, and improve. If no, let it go. Your gold standard clears you. Thirdly, don't take their pity upon you. Often, harsh words reveal more about the speaker than the target. In fact, through their behavior, they define themselves. So, the problem is theirs, not yours. If possible, try to visualize with empathy the actual reason behind their behavior. In most cases, you'll pitifully find them to be sad, insecure, or scared souls. When you understand this, anger softens. You may even feel compassion for their pain and insecurity. If someone regularly attacks you, adjust your expectations. Don't expect kindness, expect their behavior. And prepare yourself mentally. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam said, "Who hurt you?" His reply, "My expectations." Follow this mindset, and you will find you feel empathy instead of anger when criticism is false. You feel gratitude when it's true. It polishes your character. You learn what not to do to others. Your inner peace deepens and your character shines brighter. As Rumi said, the fault is in the one who blames, and criticism polishes my mirror. Criticism will come, people will talk, some will lie. But the question isn't what they will say. The real question is, what will you believe about yourself? Hold yourself to a higher standard. Let your soul be seen through God's eyes, not the crowd's lens. You don't need everyone to understand you. You just need to stay true to what's right, even when no one is clapping for you. That is where your real strength lives. And remember, if the tree can give fruit when hit, so can you. Until next time, stay thoughtful, stay grounded, here on Mindra.